Yes, like the title says, another Saab has been saved. My previous video, I didn't reveal what the issue was with my car because I wanted to make sure I could get the part. I didn't want other people to panic and then compete with me trying to get the part I'm trying to get. So, what's the secret? What was the problem? Well, here it is. Yep, the lock cylinder. At some point, everybody's had a problem with this lock cylinder. I've had a problem 2 years ago. When you take the key out, it won't pop up. So I followed instructions on YouTube and I pulled it out and I cleaned it and it worked and I was able to pull the key and it popped up again. So that was like 2 years ago. Well, it happened to me again. So I pulled the cylinder out like you're supposed to with the key in the lock position. Then I cleaned it, but apparently not too well. I put the lock back, and when I turned it to pull the key out, because you have to pull the key out to put the electronic surround on, it it remained permanently locked. No matter what I did, I couldn't turn it. And I actually had to have my car towed. It was only $100. Wasn't too far, but it's been sitting in my driveway since, and that was, trying to think, it was like 2 weeks ago. So I couldn't decide whether to keep working on mine and just hope that I was going to get it to work, or try to buy a new one, which I did look around, and there are none available. I did a lot of research. There's one on like Saab parts. It says it's on back order, and I called the guy, and he said there's probably no chance you'll ever get one because he hasn't heard from the people in a long time. Turns out that this lock cylinder, or the new ones, were made by Standard Motor Products, I think, which is an aftermarket. That's not a Saab company as far as I know. And I was thinking, how Saab is making parts still, or somebody's making them with the Saab name on them. But those parts you won't be able to sell if a person can't turn the key and start the car. So I got this off eBay. I swapped the guts. So the key won't work in the door, but I swapped the inside fob electronics, so I didn't have to swap out this ring or the piece underneath. So here we go. Starting it up. There it is. That's what we want it to do. But of course, this will get stuck eventually too. I don't know what year this is from, and nor do I know how many miles are on it. I have 225,000, so my key's been turned numerous times, and I do a lot of short trips. So, I am buying a new car, and it's similar to this car, but it's not the same, obviously. It's a Sentra, and you're probably laughing. And yeah, it doesn't have the same horsepower, and this is a linear, so I'm not like, it's not an aero or anything. But the Sentra I'm getting has a all-weather package, heated steering wheel, heated seats, remote start. I already test drove one a week ago, and doesn't have leather in it though. But I'm gonna put covers on them, on the seats, and so I'm gonna keep this car as a backup. When one of my coworkers heard I was getting a new car, calls me during the middle of the day. He goes, "Oh, what are you gonna do with your Saab?" I said, "Well, I'm not sure because I can't start it right now." He didn't realize that was the problem, and because he said, "Well, when you decide what you're gonna do, let me know." So he wanted to buy it, but I don't want to sell it. I'm gonna keep it for a while and see what happens. So take care of your lock cylinders. Clean them properly, and you really don't know what's going to happen until you put the lock back and then turn the key to the left and pull it out, because you have to do that to put the electronic piece, this piece, back on. And that's what happened to me. And I put the key back in, and it was stuck. Never again. Never would turn. Stuck. So if you clean your cylinder, be careful, because it might be the last time you drive your car, unless you find a replacement. So I am happy. Doesn't sound like I'm happy. I'm just frustrated. I just replaced my alternator. It took me 5 hours because I took it out the top, because I don't have a lift or anything, and I don't want to take the chance of disconnecting my exhaust because I don't want anything to break. That's what it's like with an old car. But I will continue with this car. I really do like it. And I hope everything works well with your car. Take care.